2024 McLaren 750S.
Spider with launch control. Oh my God!
Horsepower and torque.
740 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque from a 4-liter twin-turbo V8.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this is ridiculously fast. This is a update to the 720S, which was already burned in my head as one of the fastest cars we've ever driven.
And this competes with like the Ferrari 296?
Yeah, something like that. Who cares about the competitors? Because right now, I sure don't. Let's talk about this thing. 4-liter twin-turbo V8. It has more horsepower than the outgoing 720S. It is so fast, so responsive. The shifts with this 7-speed are lightning fast. Like, you literally breathe on this damn thing.
Yes, and it is 30% new, even though it looks a lot like the 720S. They changed the bumper, the rear quarter panels, the rear bumper, the exhaust, how it comes out of the middle. Should we probably listen to it?
From the outside. And what about from the inside again? Okay.
And then with the roof up too and the window down, it sounds amazing as well.
Yeah, so they did improve the sound with the center exit exhaust, which is like P1 inspired, but honestly, it makes a really big difference. The exhaust, when you can see it physically in person, it's like straight through. It's about as straight as it can get without being called straight piped. And you can hear like crackles and pops and burbles and turbo whooshes and wastegates and everything in here.
And you're supposed to get more burbles in sport mode, but I feel like it's almost equal in sport and track, and then comfort really quiets that down.
Yeah, so I'm driving in sport because the engineer, the chief engineer, great looking guy, kind of looks like me, which he is an absolute psychopath for making this car. Like,
he did a great job. Yeah, he's been there 15 years.
Yeah. So their primary focus for this car was driver engagement and fun, because the 720 was already so insanely quick that they're like, well, what are we gonna do? Just make this one faster? Yes, they did that, plus they made it even more fun. On top of all that stuff, the 7-speed has been improved where it now feels even faster because we have gear ratios that are inspired by the 765, which are like shorter, so you really feel everything in this. It just...
you get to shift more, makes it more fun.
I've almost not even hit redline because it shifts so quickly and it gets there so fast. So some quick differences between the 720 to this one. This actually weighs less than the outgoing 720, and this Spider that we're in only weighs 88 pounds more than the coupe. So you don't lose out on anything. All you gain is the sound.
I think you lose 0.1 on 0 to 60.
No, 0 to 62.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
So 0 to 60 is actually 2.7 seconds, which is so fast. It's like electric car fast. And sorry, I'm just gonna keep flooring into this video.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, okay. Not sorry.
No, sorry, not sorry.
And we are in beautiful Las Vegas on the outskirts out here, and it is so nice.
Who'd have thought there'd be so many jet flybys?
Yeah, Nellis Air Force Base, shout out. I love America. Okay.
Different exterior looks. We have standard color-matched eye sockets. We got it in the green color with the color match. That was my favorite, but you can get stuff carbon or black. We've got the big carbon wing, which is 20% bigger now.
And the craziest part to me of that wing is that it's so funny what they had to do for efficiency and not melting the middle part of the wing. So if you look at it from the top down, they scoop the inside so when the car is parked, the exhaust doesn't melt the middle of the wing. That's how ridiculous this car is. And when I say parked, I mean after a track lapping session, and we are gonna lap this, so here's some of that footage right now.
All right, so we just got off the racetrack with the 750S. The first thing I noticed, dude, I was braking so hard, so deep, that aero braking worked so well, and I could recover almost like every time that I screwed up out there.
And the steering was also incredible out there. The suspension, we were in full track mode. It was perfect out here at, where are we, Las Vegas Speedway?
Yeah.
Incredible.
One traction off and dynamic was like nice for recovering stuff. Drift mode, I didn't have like the best time trying to like hold one at like 13, but when I turned it all the way off, I got like a nice slide, which felt pretty cool in a McLaren.
dynamic really changed the car, because at my first laps were with everything on, and it just kind of felt like a computer, like anyone could drive this car. But as soon as you put into dynamic, you start to feel like you could actually rotate it under braking. So great car, obviously, on racetrack.
Yeah, and unlike the Corvettes, like you could actually hear inside the car while you were ripping. Like it was actually like pleasant in there.
And we didn't even have helmets on or anything, and that's a race car. Yeah.
We drove that as well, and it was just overall a great time. We passengered that.
Yeah, I wish we got to drive it. All right, back to the road.
So then some stuff from the Artura that we recently drove. This has the same kind of gauge cluster thing with the controls up at the top as rockers for your suspension and for your power.
Yeah, which is super easy to use, literally your fingertips. You don't even have to take your hands off the steering wheel. It's a really good system. You have your powertrain stuff on the right, your handling on the left, and your traction control is easily accessible, as well as your manual for your shifting. And then this gauge cluster, like you said, is similar to the Artura, but it's actually bespoke to this vehicle.
Yeah.
And they shaved weight wherever they could. So this is 4.4 pounds lighter than the one in the 720.
Which was the cool flip one, but I'm very happy with this.
Oh yeah, this is great. And I noticed that when you put the handling mode into track, that's when you get the full RPMs across the top, which actually does help you shift even out here. Oh my God.
And it doesn't affect your steering at all, and it doesn't affect the exhaust because there's no valves back there.
That's right. It doesn't seem to affect the steering.
Yeah. And then we do now finally have a Kiwi mode, which is the bird from New Zealand.
Speedy Kiwi.
And that is your custom mode. So you can hold that, but it won't touch your ESC. You have to do that yourself. But I think that's very cool that you have that now.
I think that was one of my complaints in all McLarens, at least the 720. I seem to recall that. It's like, just give us a custom mode, and they did exactly that. And then they made it easier to control the launch control and all that stuff. We just have hard buttons for that right there.
And then similar to the 720, we got the buttons in the middle, buttons here for your windows and stuff. We got a now finally electronically controlled steering column that moves with the thing.
Yeah.
And we've got mirrors that can adjust electronically, which is super convenient. Like this is super dailyable.
So let's talk suspension. McLaren did not screw it up. This is their new revised, their best version of their suspension that they've ever done, and they have not screwed it up. These roads out here suck. Our cameras might be shaking, but we are not. It is so nice out here. I'm driving in comfort right now. I could dial this up to track, but I wouldn't recommend it, but it's still more livable than some other supercars.
Oh, for sure. And then like on the normal freeway, like track mode didn't feel bad at all for suspension.
No, so let's do some handling out here before it just turns into a completely straight road. And this thing absolutely rips as you expect. It is so fast, so engaging. Like, oh man, this is fast. Like, I think we just lifted all 4 tires there. I love this, driving this thing. Okay, they added one crazy thing to this, and we're gonna notice that on track, as if we already talked about that. They added this thing where if you downshift ahead of a corner and it's at redline, it won't give you the downshift until it's actually the appropriate RPM level, which is pretty cool.
But it'll acknowledge that you want it, and it'll give it to you, not like some cars like a Toyota.
You have to like keep clicking.
No. Okay, fine.
No, this looks like a straight enough road for you.
For launch control.
All right, man, I kind of don't want to get out of here. One more rip and I'm done.
God damn it.
All right, and air brake.
Launch control.
Send me into another dimension.
Dude.
So McLarens are notoriously underrated for horsepower figures, and let's just add this one to the list.
I'm all right with that.
Speaking of lists, Yuri.
Let's do the supercar checklist. Is it fast and is it loud? Yes. Does it get a lot of attention?
Hell yeah, everybody has stopped me for photos. It's insane. It's lime green. Look at this thing.
Yeah. Shout out all the cool colors. The configurator is awesome, and you can do MSO where you can do like all kinds of colors and special things.
Whatever you want.
And then do we have a lot of carbon fiber?
The whole chassis is carbon fiber. Everything, even inside the windshield, everything's carbon fiber on this.
Does it pass the visor test?
Whoa.
Not even close.
That's a full supercar pass. What about the cup holders?
Yeah,
we have
they're
one
good. Right.
and 2. Yeah, it's a fail.
Supercar fail.
Do the doors go up?
Yes, they do.
Heck yeah.
And every McLaren door goes up, which is really awesome compared to a Lamborghini where it's like the doors don't go up until V12. Like, come on.
Do you look cool getting in or out? Obviously, I mean, look at this thing.
Especially with these comfier seats, you can get sport seats and you can also get carbon buckets, and you can get ones that are better for wider built people, which is very awesome.
Let's just call those the American spec.
I prefer the comfort seats.
Yeah, these seats are really comfortable.
I got a new test for the supercar checklist. Can you rev at kids when they say cool car?
Full pass?
Compared to an R8?
Gimmicky steering wheel? Yes, because of the paddle shifters. You can go up or down with one hand.
Still my favorite paddles.
So is this a supercar, Yuri?
100%.
Yeah, 1000%.
God.
Insane.
I'm actually like scared.
Yeah, yeah. This is great. This must be what being in a jet feels like.
Yeah, shout out Jets.
Yes. All right, what do you want to talk about next? Apple CarPlay, Yuri?
Okay, this has Apple CarPlay, wired only, and no Android Auto.
They may add Android Auto in the future, but their customers said, we need Apple CarPlay! So they gave it Apple CarPlay.
And they're very stoked on wired only CarPlay for now, which is cool. And it's vertical, it's very easy to use, unlike some of the competition, which may have like a more gimmicky infotainment and everything.
Yep, and then we still have the climate controls with race car helmets, all that fun McLaren stuff is still in this infotainment.
This has Sirius XM, it does rewind, and it does have friggin' tune mix.
There you go.
How amazing is that?
That's amazing.
And
for
it's
you.
got
That's
an
great.
upgraded sound system.
Yep.
And it sounds really, really good in here. We're blasting some Venga Boys and stuff.
Oh, it's a killer system.
Jacob didn't like the song, but the sound system was great.
Oh, I love the song. I just wanted to hear this song, Yuri.
But who doesn't like to play music while they drive a cool car?
I miss the body catcher, slaughter gangster.
Right here, buddy.
Psychopath.
Yeah, I know. Literally, my radio and my Fox body is a metal plate.
What was that?
Yeah, so randomly you get really loud overrun, and it's all authentic. Nothing's like faked. It's just like, oh yeah, there's real extra fuel going out there.
Can it fit a box in the frunk?
We don't know about a box, but it will fit our 2 carry-ons, which is amazing.
Yes, and then with the top up, you can actually store stuff where the top's supposed to go if you need a little extra room.
And if we did have this top up, this has the electrochromic roof, so you can push a button and it'll just like tint the whole thing.
Okay, would you take this over a coupe? I feel like
You have
Spider.
to. You have to. Like, this is the one to get.
But the coupe is cool, and you can get a cage in there too, and then you can get a little glass panel to see into the engine in the coupe version.
Yeah, so they added that for the first time. It's like a cool little glass bubble almost.
And then other conveniences, we have a nose lift, which is 4 seconds instead of 10 seconds, like the 720, and then you can use it more often with the wheels turned than you could have in a 720.
So not only does this have the most power of any McLaren in a series production, it's also the fastest nose lift, Yuri.
I guess, guys, the Senna isn't series production.
That's right, yeah, it was limited production.
And then this also has drift mode, which is cool.
Yep.
The engineer said he also put in a mode called the 11s mode, where you can just, if you push the pedal down real quick with traction off, it knows you want to leave some lines, some marks on the road.
Full out burnout mode, but it's not line lock, it's just like floor it, send it, you're gone.
But it's cool that they program stuff in. It's like how fast you push the pedal down, it does something different than if you push it smoothly, which is pretty much what we always want. But I guess like when we're complaining about it in a TLX, we can't expect a TLX engineer to do the cool stuff that a McLaren engineer does.
That's right. I wouldn't say he has unlimited budget, but he has more leeway for fun and crazy stuff.
Maybe more say in general.
Yes. See if it works.
Oh my god.
This is ridiculous.
Yo, new dream car?
It's up there, man. I didn't okay, I expected to love this a lot because the 720 has stuck with me. This is obviously replacing the 720, and it's up there.
I think this has replaced the GT2 RS
Yeah.
in my like hierarchy of stuff.
Yep.
I think it's replaced that red Italian car.
And a GT3 RS, like I love 9000, but I also love a
doors,
V8.
I love doors that go up.
V8, doors that go up, and this may be the last non-hybrid V8 from McLaren.
Yeah.
So extra special reason to get this, and it may hold on to its value even more than like a 720.
And like the Artura was very nice, but I think this is more our style.
Yes, I love V8s. All right,
Okay.
McLaren, you didn't screw anything up. You only improved literally everything. I can't think of a thing I don't like more than a 720 or less than a 720.
Yeah, I am happy in every single way. I think it looks cooler with the little changes. The only thing is, I wish they had factory white wheels, which you have to go through MSO to get.
Oh no.
Okay, what would be the Continental recommended tire for a 750S?
The Extreme Contact Force is Continental's high performance track tire.
Do you like the wheel designs on these?
Yes and no. I like the ones that are on our spec because they're painted, but the two-tone shiny silver with the black kind of reminds me almost like an aftermarket wheel.
It looks a little EV6-ish.
Yeah, and they're like forged. They're the lightest wheels that they've ever put on a McLaren, so that's pretty cool. And then there are other wheels as well, so yes, they're good wheels.
Yeah, I would prefer them in a lighter color though, and then I would prefer that wing to be color matched, and I like that the hood's color matched. You can get the hood in exposed carbon too.
Yeah, and you can also paint the wing because it's always carbon.
Yeah, man. And if you're looking to buy one of these, maybe in the future or now, these have a lot of cool features where they hold on to their warranties and you can renew it for up to 15 years. They're showing us in the presentation.
And it's a transferable warranty.
Yeah, so if you're looking for one now or later, hit up tsp.truecar.com.
Maybe get yourself an older McLaren with a warranty.
Okay, and
that would be pretty cool.
And if you need another reason to get one of these off truecar.com.
Yeah.
And with all that out of the way, I think it's time we get to the price.
Well, it's obviously a lot of money. It starts at $324,000 US for the coupe,
American.
and the Spider that we're in starts at $345,000. And we don't have the Canadian pricing, and we don't have the as-spec price, but that's okay. Just assume it's a lot more than the base price.
The amount of craziness you get out of this seems like a very reasonable price.
Yes, Yuri, this is very reasonable.
For people who are in the market.
Yes, if someone asks me without any other stipulations, hey Jacob, what car should I get? I'm gonna say, just get a McLaren, it's fine.
It's true.
It's so sick. The doors go up.
Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thumbs up, and thanks for enabling us best friends to do car reviews.
Send it again, Yuri, please. Oh my god. Thank you.